Here's a quick overview of Enerlead for Qlik, and I've invited most people to sign up for an account. Once you've signed up for an account and you've signed in, you should see the app Enerlead data. And if you don't see that, you want to look under my shared cloud, and it will be under there. What we're able to do is select that, and essentially what we've done is we've loaded some multiple data sets inside of the app for you to get access to the information that we distribute through Enerlead weekly. And what we see is we've got new facility last week, new facility last 120 days, new license last week, new license 120, new spud last week in 120, and then new spud last current year and 2 previous years is what the data set would be. And I'm going to continue to add more data sets. What we're able to do is click on a dashboard. So in this particular case, I might want to take a look at the new well licenses last 120 days. When I click on the dashboard, it opens it up for me. If at any time I want to go look at any of the other ones, I do have the choice. I can click back through a tab that's been opened up, but ultimately what I'm able to do is toggle back and forth to new well licenses last week, and then I can toggle over to new well licenses 120 days. My recommendation when you take a look at this, it really depends on kind of a parent subset that we might want to look at. I might want to look at, well, who is it that's been drilling for gas in the last 120 days? When I click that, it gives me the option of selecting the check mark. That locks in, essentially the filter that we're looking for, and we can see the areas that gas is being drilled for. And I might specifically say, well, I want to look at the Drayton Valley area. Again, I'm going to click that, and then over here I have a list of all the companies that have been drilling for gas in the Drayton Valley area. If I want to take this table and sort it ascending or descending, all I need to do is click on it, and then that will go ahead and bring up the different licenses for me. The information that we see is, again, we did the filter earlier. We've got up here gas, so we've got a gas 191 wells, and then Drayton Valley as the geographic reference. Here we see the different terminating zones that are being drilled into, the different types of wells. You can see in this demo I've got a little bit of discrepancy on my data formatting, which I'll clean up, and the most popular fields that we want to take a look at. And then over here I've got some people that are associated to the particular well licenses. So they were associated as part of the regulatory side of it. And then I've got the surface location of the wells. What I'm able to do is if I wanted to drill down, and let's say Westbrook Energy was one that I wanted to look at, I clicked Westbrook Energy. I don't necessarily have to lock it in. I can leave it open. And then we can see that Spirit River FM is where they're doing it, mostly in the Pembina area. Here's a sample of the locations that we're looking at, and we, things that we might want to look for. If the locations match, there's potentially some pad activity associated, and Susan Johnson was the person that we wanted to take a look at. To get out of this, when I come back up to the top of my toolbar, I can go ahead and I can back out, and it will take me back to my original source of data. Another way that we might want to look at it, again, kind of parent data. I want to come in here and I want to look at, say, Kindersley specifically. And again, in this case, I'm going to lock that in. And then here are all the people that are, in the Kindersley area. And then here's kind of the breakdown of the different wells. When I see that I don't have a lot of, data associated with the pie slice, I can put my mouse over, and then it will show me the summary of the instance that's in there. So maybe I'm interested in the potash. I can click on the potash, and then here we can see that K&S is drilling for potash wells in that area. This process works the same. So here I have new well licenses. I can go back, I can say a couple, I want new facility last 120 days. Very similar. I'm going to pick a specific area. Let's take a look at Red Deer, and I'll lock that in. In the case of facilities, we're lucky enough to have some engineering companies associated with it. So I could come in and I say, okay, well, who is OnStream working with? And then we could see they're working with Petrus Resource and Peyto Exploration. And then here are the different facilities and the people that are associated with it. And then I can say at Petrus, it's a gas battery or it's a gas plant. And this is the type of alignment or license type it is, and I could say it's either an amendment that we're looking at or it's a new license that we want to take a look at. So the same type of flexibility regardless of how we want to go through and take a look at the data sets that we've set up for ourselves. Very powerful tool in helping with sales enablement, taking a look at white spaces, what are companies we're dealing with, which ones are we not dealing with today, and then identifying companies that we might want to be able to target to get out and speak to from a sales perspective.